Bonjour. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me. Wonderful to be with you here at the Berlinale. Maybe you can give us a brief introduction to this absolutely glorious film. For people who haven't seen it yet, what can they expect when they watch Maya? Give me a title.
Well, they can be sure that it's good for kids. Yeah, it's kids friendly. It's animated too. Very fantastic stories. No, yeah, very, very big imagination with my dad.
And obviously this started as a father-daughter ritual. At what moment did you decide you were going to share this with the world?
Very late in the process. In fact, we sort of stopped, but we're going to resume it when we started to put them together, put our energy to put it together, and we shot Maya in the flesh to present the film. I had no idea. Every single film has been done for Maya with no idea they will end up in Berlin Festival, for instance.
And what was your favourite title that you gave your dad along the road?
My favorite title that I gave, I like the one with the ketchup. I like the title, Maya and the Sea with the Bottle of Ketchup. It's a very funny title.
Actually, and we nearly named the film this one, Maya with the ocean and a bottle of ketchup. But then I realized it was good to remind people the process, so that's why we used Maya, give me a title.
And for you, I guess it's sort of both a challenge and opportunity when you're given these titles. Which was your favourite, but maybe which was the one that gave you the most challenge?
The police cat it was complicated with the tiger, with the elephant.
Maya, police, and the three thief cats.
It was complicated. Yeah. And I had the tiger and the elephant, because I say, okay, why not make it even more complicated?
And when it comes to the style of animation, what would you say some of your influences might be? How did you come across this aesthetic and this style?
Well, I have a lot of film I like Yuri Norstein, Bratislav Pojer, but I can't compare myself to that. I mean, they were made for Maya, and I could not spend 6 months or 1 year for each. So there is a more simplistic approach, and so I cannot compare them to most of film, and I didn't try to copy anything. I was just trying to tell the story and draw Maya as close as I could.
And what do you like most about the style of the animation?
Well, you can do anything without special effects, because in real movies with real people in the movies, you can't make the person fly without an effect, special effect, or an airplane that holds the person, or green screen. You can do what you want. Your imagination can do is very, very opens itself, and yes, the creativity is very important too.
It sometimes frustrated you when you didn't get whether a positive reaction or any reaction at all from Maya. Is that something that feeds into your sense of this being a creative, full stop? You're kind of wanting to connect with your audience. So does that almost spur you on, though?
It's true. Sometimes I didn't even know if if she had seen them. So I had to ask, and I had a feedback of beats she liked more than other. I think she appreciates them better now to see the full work put together and to be part of the making of this movie. And sometimes, yes, I had different feedback.
Did you ever have to give some constructive feedback, let's say? Something you didn't like about what you made?
Well, I have to say, I like this movie, so I like everything in it. There's nothing I don't like, so.
There we go, seal of approval. And of course, in lots of your films, you deal with memory, with childhood, Science of Sleep, Eternal Sunshine, some of my favourite films. Why do you think that's something that's very important to you thematically?
Well, I think it's easier to write or shoot movies where of beats part that you lived, because you have access to all the ramification of the reason or the psychology that was making things happen, and you can't do always present time, so you go back to the past, and there is always a sort of a sweet, nostalgic feeling to come back to your past, and you can pick the moment that really change your life. So I think it's very fulfilling. Also, sometimes you read a book and you can really visualize it, but it's not my. And I remember very well my dreams, so it's a bit. I'm more qualified to do this kind of movies.
And I think animation itself, like the way you mix, live action and bring animation into your films, I guess it's a medium through which you can represent your creativity and what's in your mind better than perhaps what you can with just a live action film.
Well, Maya was saying that very nicely, that everything is possible, and I don't have much to add. And that's why you can really be close to your experience.
And I believe you're doing more animation. Is it you've got a musical coming up too? Is that right?
I'm not sure, but I will go follow the opportunities I have, and it could be one of this genre.
And maybe you can say a word about collaborating with Pierre. I know you worked with him in the Book of Solutions as well, and obviously narrating here. What do you love about him as an actor, and why is he the right person to do the narration?
He's a very good actor, and he doesn't mind to be a bit irritating. To play me when I was in this state in a Book of Solution, it was perfect. He's not trying to be cool or necessarily likable. And for the Book of Solution, he has a very good narrative voice. So I'm very glad he accepted to do it.
And what about you? Do you know what you're going to do with your future? Are you going to follow in your dad's footsteps? Has this given you inspiration?
I don't know, actually. Well, his job is very nice. I would like to maybe to become a director, but I would also like to be an archaeologist. Be very interesting too.
And finally, what does it mean to you to have the film here at the Berlinale and to be here together, I suppose?
I'm very, very happy that our film has been chosen in the festival, and yes, to be here. It's my first time in Berlin, so very happy.
I had no idea whatsoever when I made those films, that we made those films, that they will end up in front of 1,000 kids on a huge screen. Maybe not 1,000, but a lot of people. Doing interviews about them. It's kind of surreal. That something that came from absolute freedom end up in this environment. So I'm very happy to be in Berlin.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with me. Huge congratulations on the film. I really enjoy it, and best of luck
Thank
becoming
you.
an archaeologist.